Hey, so we had a successful moose hunting season this year. My husband was able to call in and shoot a legal bull, which was amazing. Um, and we've just been doing the processing. This is something that a lot of Alaskans and people who live in the northern areas like Maine and also in Canada, they do a lot of moose processing and kind of take it for granted that pretty much everybody knows about how to take care of a moose when they get one or a deer, but I'm making a quick video today to kind of just show you guys a little bit of the process. So right now we've got steaks cut out here. These are really great looking steaks. You can see the quality of the meat. It's very soft and it's very pliable in your hands. This means it's going to be a really good tender cut, and this has come out of the butt portion of the moose. Some of the other cuts that you can make are T-bone, so just anything that you can do to a cow, any of the cuts that you see from beef is going to be the same thing we do with moose. And right here I've got a couple, here's some nice size roasts, and for me it's from the butt portion. I don't get super picky on what kind of cuts. It's just a nice big cut of meat because I'm going to pressure cook that and get it down to where it's just like falling apart. So that is a great cut for feeding a large family at one time. And then right down here we've got some this is fajita meat. Okay, so we're cutting that into really tender small strips for making moose fajitas. And then we've got some cuts over here. This is shish kebab. So shish kebab, you're looking for a tender cut as well. So something you might make in a steak. It could be maybe just a little bit less tender that you would make into a steak. And you're going to cut that up so you can put that on skewers and do shish kebabs with that. And then everybody needs to have a good grinder. So here is my meat grinder right now. What I'm doing right now is, you can see this is all fat. So I'm grinding up fat. I've got a nice bag of fat right here. This is what the fat looks like. This is all trimmed off of the butt, the back, the ribs portion. And I have some visceral fat in here as well that's nice and clean. This is a different type of fat right here. It's a very kind of a crumbly kind of a fat. And what we do with the fat is, once we trim all the meat off of it, we'll go ahead and put that in a pan and render that down, and that will be our lard. So we can use that. And then here is some burger. You can see I do about a half and half mixture with the burger, just because it was such a great fat moose. We have really great fat content in our burger, and that a lot of people will say, oh, you know, game meat is really dry, but a lot of times it's just because that animal doesn't have a lot of fat, and this particular animal had some great fat on him. So that is basically how we do it. I would have done more about the process from the beginning, but getting a 1,000-pound animal out of the woods when you're backpacking it out a half a mile back and forth is kind of exhausting. So I actually didn't do any of the videos of the immediate butchering. So hopefully soon here I'll be able to get another a deer or something, and I can show you guys the process of butchering from that standpoint. But yeah, these are some of the basic cuts, and this is good, clean, organic meat. Nothing from the store that you have to worry about any kind of weird ingredients. And this animal is living a beautiful wildlife, eating natural food, and being happy, not caged, doing his thing until it was time for him to go. So that's moose processing in Alaska.